So what is the acceleration due to gravity? 9.8 meter per second square. So if t is the time taken by the body to touch the ground, then what we are getting here, h is equal to half jd square. Dropped means what I have to take? Initial velocity is 0. If we ask what is the time taken, if we know the height, then time taken is this, root over 2h by g. Okay, next, vertically projected bodies. Vertically projected bodies. Okay. Right. Suppose there is a body, we are on the surface of that, we are throwing something up. A ball we are throwing it up with a speed u. Okay. And this ball will go to certain height and it will return back. So this is the maximum height reached by the ball. And at the maximum height, the velocity is 0. The body stops, na? At the maximum height, the body stops. And it returns back. So it won't be there, it will come back. Okay. If there is some, what I don't know, we call Maya in Telugu. If there is some Maya, mantram, there it will stop. Okay. Then somebody else seeing beside us, they will run away. Why the ball stopped there? Okay. So now let us calculate what is the maximum height attained by the body. We have to take this equation, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Okay. So at the maximum height, velocity is 0. And a you have to take minus g. And this is maximum height. Why you have to take minus g? Because the acceleration is vector. And u positive తీసుకుంటే g negative తీసుకోవాలి కదా. If you are taking u as positive, g is downwards, na? Opposite direction. U is upwards. Initial velocity is upwards. So I will take g as minus because u I am taking plus. And this is the formula, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. And what is h maximum? U square by 2g. Okay. If you know the height through which the stone has gone, okay, then you can calculate the speed of the initial speed of the object. U is equal to root over 2gh, na? This one, minus on both the sides, it will cancel. And u is equal to root over 2gh. Initial speed kattagalaru kada? If h if you know this h, u will be equal to root over 2gh. Okay. And what about time of ascent? Time of ascent. It is the time taken by the body to reach the maximum height. So I will take this formula, v is equal to u plus at. Okay. And at the maximum height, v is 0. Final speed is 0. And what is A? A is minus G. And T I will write it as TA. TA and time of ascent. Upward journey. Ascent means upward journey. Descent means downward journey. And TA I will get it as U by G. Time of ascent. Time of flight. What about time of flight? Time taken by the body to remain in the air. Time of flight. I will take this equation. S is equal to ut plus half AT square. So displacement is 0. What is the acceleration? Minus G, na? If you are taking positive, acceleration you have to take negative. U is upwards, na? And G is downwards. G is always downwards. And what is this? TF square. And this, if I take this side, it will become minus. This term will become minus. And that minus and this minus will get cancelled. And U TF is equal to half into G into TF square. Okay. And this TF will get cancelled. Right. And time of flight is nothing but 2U by G. This is time of flight. Time of flight is the time taken by the body to remain in the air. Time taken by the body and human body gaadu. A ball, a stone, okay? Next, what is time of descent? Means time taken to come down kada, from the maximum height. Time of descent ante total time lonchi time of ascent teeseyali. You have to subtract these two. That is time of descent. TD I will write. 2U by G minus U by G is how much? 2U by G minus U by G. That is again U by G. Okay. Note down up to that. Quickly. You have to remember all these formulas, right? India is purchasing suicidal drones from Israel. You know the country Israel? What is meant by suicidal drones? They will go and go near the enemy and they will blast themselves. Drones you know, na? Okay. If enemy is somewhere, hiding somewhere, the drone will find the enemy and it will blast itself. Mainly it is used for anti-terrorist activities. Okay. First, this is over. You need to remember this is time of ascent, time of flight, and this is time of descent. Time of ascent and time of descent is same. And what is maximum height? U square by 2G. And if a body is dropped from a height of a building, from of h height, then time of descent is root over 2h by g. Okay. Just erase this. You understood all this? Okay. Time of flight ante entamma 2u by g, and it is the time taken for the body to remain in the air. Okay. Time of ascent ante enti? It is the time taken to reach the maximum height. And what is time of descent? It is the time taken to come back to the earth after reaching the maximum height. Okay, this is maximum height, u square by 2g. So I am erasing this. Very good. What is the acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth? 9.8. If in the problem he mentioned 10 meter per second square, you can take that. Okay. In general, it will be mentioned. If it is not mentioned, take 9.8. Okay. So I'll just erase it. Okay. So there is an example, there is an illustration, there is a building of height h. Okay. And a body is thrown upwards with a speed u. It should be less than escape velocity. Escape velocity and it will go to infinity. Okay. And it will go up and come down and touch the earth. Okay. If t is the total time of and u is the initial speed, I will take like this: s is equal to ut plus half at square. This I will rewrite it like this. Displacement is h, na? Displacement is h. This is minus ut plus half g square. Okay. You will get a quadratic equation here. You have to solve this. And if you want the time, or if time is given and you can find the height of the building. And why I have taken minus here? Because displacement is in the downward direction. I have taken that as plus. Initial velocity, it is in the upward direction. So this is downward and this is upward. That's why I have taken minus ut. And why I have taken g as positive? Because h I have taken positive. The downward vector displacement I have taken positive. So this is downward acceleration now. This also I have to, if I take this as positive, this also you have to take this as positive. Okay. And you have to solve this quadratic equation if it is given as a question. And the same equation you have to use when there is a balloon. Okay. And you are standing in the balloon. Okay. And this balloon is like this, right? It's very okay. And it is going up with a speed u. And what you dropped a stone? You dropped a stone from this, and the ball has come to here. It travelled h height. You dropped the stone. డ్రాప్ అంటే u0 తీసుకోవాలా, ఇక్కడ తీసుకోకూడదు, u0 తీసుకోకూడదు. ఓకే, you have to write it like this, minus ut, same formula you have to write, minus ut plus half z square. Okay, because you are dropping this, you are moving up with the speed of the balloon. Even the stone is also moving up, because the stone is in your hand and it is also moving along with you. You are moving with the speed of the balloon. So even if the question is mentioned it is dropped, you should not take u as 0, because it is having some initial velocity, and that is the velocity of the balloon. How is the velocity of the balloon? Upwards, no? And that I have taken minus, h I am taking plus, and g I am taking plus. So again, same equation you will be getting in these two problems. Okay, just note down this. Why u minus here? Because u is upwards and h and g are downwards. These two vectors, if I take positive, if I have taken positive, this I have to take negative, na? Okay. So I erase this. Okay. Right. I'm just erasing this. So when the stone is thrown downwards with a speed u, then h is ut plus half z square. Thrown downwards, g is downwards, u is downwards, and h is also downwards. All are positive. No need of taking minus ut plus half z square. All are positive. U positive, g positive, h also positive. Then also you can solve the quadratic equation. What is the solution of that quadratic equation? Minus b plus r minus root b square minus 4ac by 2a. Huh? Okay. Next. Right. We will do some more problems from our material. So kinematics. A freely falling body travels dash of the total distance in the 5th second. So this is the question. A freely falling body, right along with me, a freely falling body travels dash of the total distance in the 5th second. In the 5th second. In bracket, which is the last second. What is in the bracket it is given? Which is the last second. So there are 4 options. 8%, 12%, 25%. 8, 12%, 25%, 25% and 36%. So, what is the distance traveled in the nth second? U plus A into n minus half, na? This we have derived in that particular second, distance traveled in that particular second. And freely falling body means U is 0. U is 0. Okay. And now 0 plus G into, in the fifth second, what it has traveled. So instead of n, I will take 5. Distance traveled in the fifth second divided by distance traveled in 5 seconds. So what is the distance traveled in 5 seconds? Ut plus half GD square. T square. T square means 5 square, okay? So the 0 into T is 0 only here, and this is G will get cancelled. Okay, that is 9 by 2. 9 by 2 divided by 25 by 2. This 2 got cancelled, and this is 9 by 25. So he's asking percentage. You have to multiply on both the sides with 100. Okay, and that is percentage of total distance in the fifth second. Total distance in fifth second is 36%. 36%. Note down that. So distance traveled in the nth second, that is the formula. Easy, na? Open our show. So 36, yes, correct only. Okay, 36% Vivek Vardhana. And any answers? 4, 5. Right. Okay, right. One more question we will go. So can you remember this formula? Distance traveled in the nth second. Fifth second is different from 5 seconds. Okay? Identama idi 5 seconds lo travel in distance. Idi 5th second lo travel in distance. Okay, this is less. This will be less. That particular second it traveled. This is total time. Total time 5 seconds lo ente travel ayindi. S equal to ut plus half GD square. This formula. Okay, next question. One more question, okay. I'll just erase this. So note down the question. I'll just read it out. A splash is heard. Note down the question. A splash is heard 3.12 seconds. A splash is heard 3.12 seconds after a stone is dropped. After a stone is dropped into a well of depth, well, W-E-L-L, okay, into a well of depth 45 meters. Into a well of depth 45 meters. G he has asked us to take 10 meter per second square. This is the second example for today. G he has asked us to take 10, in bracket it is given. Then he is asking what is the speed of sound in air. So question is, what is speed of sound in air? That is the question. అంటే ఫస్ట్ స్టోన్ పడాలి, తర్వాత సౌండ్ పైకి రావాలి. Two things are there. Okay, first the stone should fall under the water and the sound should travel upwards. Sound travel in all directions. That is, but we are here na, on the top. Okay, now it is the sound is coming up. How much distance that sound travels? Same distance. The stone traveled 45 meters, sound also travels 45 meters upwards. So distance by time is nothing but speed. If we can find this time taken by the sound to come up, then distance divided by that time is nothing but speed of sound. Okay. ముందు ఆ స్టోన్ ఇక్కడ టచ్ అవడానికి ఎంత టైం పడుతుందో చూద్దాం. What is the formula? H is equal to half GD square, where T is the time for touching the ground. H is 45 meters, half into 10 into T square. This goes 5 times and that goes 9 times. T square is equal to 9, T is equal to 3 seconds. So it took 3 seconds for the stone to touch the ground. And what I said, 3.12 seconds, what I said, this is the total time for us to hear the splash. What is that? 3.12 seconds only I told. Okay, correct only. And for the sound to come up, how much time it took? 3.12 minus 3. అంటే కింద పడిన టైం నేను మైనస్ చేసేయాలి. స్టోన్ కింద పడిన టైం 3 seconds. Sound to reach the top, how much time it is taking? 0.12 seconds. Sound, it is again traveling the same distance, 45 meters. So speed of sound is distance divided by 0.12. That is 4,500 by 12 you can write. So our options are 330, 375, 340, 346. What are the options? 330, 375 meters per second. 375 meters per second. And then 340 meters per second. And D option is 346. What is our answer? ఈ 0.12 seconds సౌండ్ పైకి ట్రావెల్ అవడానికి డిస్టెన్స్ ఇది. ఓకే, అంటే కింద పడడానికి ఎంత 3 seconds పట్టింది కదా, మరి సౌండ్ పైకి వెళ్ళడానికి 0.12 seconds. ఎనీ క్యాన్సిలేషన్స్ హియర్? 3 table it goes, 3 4s, 3 1500. And again 2 table it goes, 750 by 2. What is 750 by 2? 375. Okay, correct only, na? So note down this. ఇక్కడ అర్థమైంది, ఇది స్టోన్ వదిలేడు, స్టోన్ ఇక్కడ పడి సౌండ్ పైకి రైజ్ అవ్వాలి. ఓకే, first we calculated what is the time taken by the stone to touch the water. It is dropped, na, stone is dropped. Dropped means U0. Okay, note down this. So I think I have 5 more messages. So one more problem we will do. 375 correct only. Okay, very good. I'm erasing this, right? You understood the question, no? I will drop my duster into well and after some time I will hear the sound. Then what my mind tells that duster has touched the water. Not, and we have to tell what is the speed of sound. You do the experiment by yourself, but you don't know the depth of the well, na? Again, you have to calculate the depth of the well. You can calculate the depth of the well by using a stopwatch. You drop a stone and you see that your vision is very fast because light travels much faster than sound. And when it just touches the water, just stop the watch. And you can calculate the height of the depth of the well. Okay? H equal to half, it's got this formula. Okay, this I'm raising. One more question we have. Example 3. So that is example 3. Write down the question. If the distance travelled by a freely falling body, write down. If the distance travelled by a freely falling body means u is 0, okay? Later you will note down this. Write down the question. If the distance travelled by a freely falling body in the last second of its journey, if the distance travelled by a freely falling body in the last second of its journey, there the jet plane is going, Navy jet plane. Okay. The distance travelled by the body, freely falling body, in the last second of its journey is equal to the distance travelled in the first 2 seconds. Is equal to the distance travelled in the first 2 seconds. Is equal to the distance travelled in the first 2 seconds. What is the time of descent? What is the time of descent? What is the time of descent? Time of descent ante కింద పడడానికి టైం ఎంత? Okay, these are the options. Let n be the last second. Okay. Last second లో distance traveled formula ఏంటి? u plus a into n minus half. And this is nothing but distance travelled in first 2 seconds. Okay, that is distance travelled in the first 2 seconds. U I have taken 0 because it is freely falling body. On both the sides I can cancel g, and this is the last second. Okay, n minus half is equal to 2 and n is equal to 2.5. So that is the last second. Okay, so this option is correct. So if, for example, third second is the last second, then what is the total time of flight? Total time of descent 3 seconds, na? Last second, third second aithe mottam time enta 3 seconds e kada. Okay, so this if this is the 2.5 is the last second, what is the total time of flight? Total time of fall? This only 2.5 seconds. Okay, adhoinda. 10th second is the last second ante total time of descent enta 10 seconds ana rayali. Okay, next question. I'm erasing this. Example 4. I think this is easy only, huh? Okay. From an elevated point P, a stone is projected vertically upwards. From an elevated point, elevated ante konta height lo. There is a point P. A body is projected vertically upwards. Write down the question. From an elevated point P, a stone is projected vertically upwards. A stone is projected vertically upwards. A stone is projected vertically upwards. When it reaches a distance y, below the point of projection, when it reaches a distance y below the point of projection, its velocity is double the velocity when it is at a height y above p. Its velocity is double the velocity, okay, when it is at a height y above p. So you have to write like this. Okay, there is one point here at a distance y above and another point is y below the point p. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏమన్నాడు, ఇది v అంటే ఇది 2v అని తీసుకోమంటున్నాడు. You understood the question? What he said? When it reaches a distance y below the point of projection, its speed is double the velocity, its velocity is double the velocity when it was at a height y, above the point p. Okay. What is the greatest height reached by the body above p? The question is, what is the greatest height reached by it above p? What is the greatest height? This I have to calculate. Height above p. Okay. So for options we have 2y by 3, 5y by 3, y by 3, and D option is 2y. So I have drawn the diagram. So you have to draw the diagram, then only you will get the idea. Okay? You understood? So these are the options. This height we have to calculate. Above p, what height it has gone in terms of y. Any answer from your side? Can I wait 2 minutes or 3 minutes for that? Or shall I continue with my answer? Solution. Right. And at the maximum height, what is the velocity? Velocity is 0, na? It stops, na? And it stops and comes back. Okay. Let this distance is x. Our answer is y plus x. This is the answer. Okay. First we have to find x in terms of y. First we have to find x in terms of y. How you have to find this? Just I will unmute you. 1 minute. So how you can find x in terms of y? Because the answer is in terms of y. A formula ఇస్తారు. V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. That formula, okay? V square minus 0 square is equal to 2gx. This is equation 1. and this is final speed, na? This is initial speed in this journey. ikkadi nunchi ikkadiki. From here to here, this is final speed and this is initial speed. 2v whole square minus v square is equal to 2g into 2y. This is the second equation. What distance it travelled from here to here? 2y, na? And from here I can find v square and then I substitute in the first equation, then I will get x. The 3v square is equal to 4gy. That implies v square is equal to 4 by 3 into g into y. This I will substitute here. That implies first equation will be changed like this. 4 by 3 and a v square will substitute chestanu. 4 by 3 into g into y is equal to 2gx. G will get cancelled and this goes 2 times. X is nothing but 2y by 3. X is nothing but 2y by 3. Total height above P 100. What is the total height the ball travelled above P? At x plus y. Total height entamma 5y by 3, yeah? Total height above P in the y plus x kada. And then the 5y by 3. Note down this. So can you draw the diagram like this after seeing the question? Okay. Diagram draw just half the, and remember the formulas v is equal to u plus at. What is the second formula? S equal to ut plus half t square, and this one v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Okay, just note it. Somebody is having my name only. M. Srikanth. So all of you understood this question? Everybody? We can go for one more question then. Okay. Right. Remember, I can recap. So what is the greatest height reached by the body above P? This you have to find in terms of y. So first you have to write x in terms of y, kada? And first I have to know what is v square. What is v square? V square, how much I got? That 4 by 3 gy. Then I will keep that y square here and I will get x. Okay. So how many times I applied v square minus u square is equal to 2as? 2 times. One from here to here. Okay, this equation. And from here to here. And what is the distance here? 2y, na? 2y. Okay. 2as. Okay, then we'll go for one more problem. Parachute problem we will go. Maybe some of you will be attending Navy or Army drills, dropping from a parachute. These commandos, they will do everything, no? They have the training of everything. Okay, this I will just erase this. Very good. I think you might have understood this question. We'll go for one more question. This is what happens if there is a hole in the parachute? Air friction will not stop that, correct? Okay. Right. Yesterday, Army General, I think he's not Army General, CDS. CDS means Combined Defense Secretary something, CDS. He's the top of Army, Navy and what is the third thing? Air Force. Okay, and he is guiding all the three. His name is Bipin Rawat. And he said, don't see the army or these defense services as job giving. They are giving the job, but and that what is it? Monthly salary and all. We cannot wait. He's getting more salary, he's getting less salary, because they are giving their everything for the nation. Don't see that in terms of an opportunity to get money. That job, that particular job, okay? So next, that Bipin Rawat said, not myself. He's the chief of all the three, Air Force, Navy and this army. Okay, a parachutist drops freely from an aeroplane. Write down this. A parachutist, spelling you know. A parachutist drops freely. Freely ante initial speed anta 0. Drops, and underline, you have to underline the question, and there on the top of the question you write u is equal to 0. Okay, and you won't get you are getting online exams only, na? You won't get a paper like this. Okay, you have a rough paper, na? Immediately you write u is equal to 0 when you are doing in the exam. Okay, u 0. A parachutist drops freely from an aeroplane for 8 seconds. Drops freely for 8 seconds. 8 seconds he dropped freely, and then before the parachute opens. So for some time he is not opened that parachute. Before the parachute opens out, then he descends with a retardation. Then he descends and coming down with a retardation 2 meter per second square. 2 meter per second square. Reaching the ground with 6 meters per second. Reaching the ground with 6 meters per second. Okay. The height from which he bailed out of the aeroplane is the height from which the height from which he bails out of the aeroplane. ఇది తెలుసు కదా ఈ వర్డ్. జైల్లోంచి ఖైదీలు బయటకు వస్తారు బెయిల్ తీసుకొని, అంటే he comes out of the aeroplane. ఓకే, హైట్ ఏ హైట్ నుంచి ఏరోప్లేన్ నుంచి బయటకు వచ్చాడు? దట్ ఈస్ ఎ క్వశ్చన్. సో ఐ కెనాట్ డ్రా ఎన్ ఏరోప్లేన్ రైట్ నౌ. బాగా నిద్ర వస్తున్నట్టుంది ఎవరికో. రాత్రి నిద్రపోవట్లేదమ్మా. ఓకే, ఇది ఎక్కడో కొంత హైట్ లో ఉంది. ఇక్కడ ఎక్కడో పారాషూట్ ఓపెన్ చేశాడు. ఓకే, just open the parachute and we have to calculate this height as well as this height. Both the heights I have to calculate. Okay, and this height is let us say it is h1, that is half gt square, half gt square. U 0 now here, U is 0. And what is the speed attained here? Let us calculate first height. G is 9.8 or 10. You have to take 9, 10. G is given as 10. In bracket you write G is 10 meter per second square. Answer is 1911. Answer is 1911 meters. This is the answer.
Okay, sir.
Teja, adoutunda? Half into 10 into t square enta? 8 square. 8 square ante entamma? 64, 32, 320 meters. 320 meters. Okay. Then from here to here he is coming with parachute open. First of all we will find the speed here. V is equal to U plus AT. U plus A into T. This is 80 meters per second. And what is the final speed here? 6 meters per second. And what is the retardation here? -2. Acceleration is -2. అంటే అదే కదా రిటార్డేషన్ అంటాం. Okay. For finding this height h2, what formula you have to apply? V square minus U square. This is V square. This is V and this is U for the second journey. So 6 square minus 80 square is equal to 2 into -2 into h2. Okay, this is first I have to find the initial speed of the second journey. Final speed of the first journey is nothing but initial speed of the second journey. Okay. What is this? 6 square 36 minus 6400 is equal to divided by 4 minus 4 is equal to h2. And our answer is h1 plus h2. What is our answer? h1 plus h2. Note down this. Just afterwards you do this calculation. Okay, and just find out that you have to add this also with this. Note down this. You understood the problem? Okay. Teja, into silent అయిపోయావు, నేను తిట్టలేదు నిన్ను. I have not scolded you. నేను డౌట్ ఉంది ఇక్కడ ఇందులో. అంటే ఫస్ట్ జర్నీ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఫ్రీ, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఓన్లీ గ్రావిటీ ఈస్ యాక్టింగ్. నౌ ఎయిర్ ఫ్రిక్షన్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో యాక్టింగ్ ఆఫ్టర్ parachute is opened. So net retardation is this. Retardation means -2 only I have to take, na? So similar problems you have to try, and it is your duty, and you cannot escape your duties. Okay, I cannot escape my duty. Anybody cannot escape their duties. Okay, just perform your duty perfectly and ask some questions, ask some doubts to me. Okay. Bye everybody. Take care.
Bye, sir.
Bye Amma.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir.
బాయ్ సూర్యప్రతాప్, బాయ్ ఉదయ్ శివ. ఇంకేమైనా ఉందా? ఉదయ్ శివ శంకర్ ఉందా? డాట్ ఉంది. అబ్బోయ్. శామ్యూల్, బాయ్. టేక్ కేర్. Okay, you understood now. If you have any doubt, just ask me, Everybody. Bye. Okay, bye Teja. Protecting ourselves. Good for protecting ourselves. Na, na, na. God, this is still running.